Welcome, everybody, to episode 002 of Boot Camp Stories. We told you we'd be back, and here we are. And as promised, I got KeSean Johnson with me.
Good after morning. I am KeSean Johnson, a.k.a. Mr. Sean Black.
Yes. I was supposed to have Eric Mann here today, but Eric had to play softball.
Eric has some issues going on.
Yeah, so
you got a few things happening.
I'm going to get up with Eric next week, and you're going to hear his story, and you're going to hear Zachary Welch's story coming up. Two very funny guys.
Yes.
But KeSean,
yes,
you were in the United States Army for how long?
I was in the Army for 11 magnanimous years and got medically retired.
Because of, if you could talk about it, if you want to talk about it.
Well, due to HIPAA laws, no, I'm just messing. I have fibromyalgia, actually, and I got medically retired from fibromyalgia, which is a result of a heat stroke that I had from airborne school. So, no, I'm not weak. I just had a heat stroke at airborne school. I apologize, guys.
Right. And so, like all of us that are veterans, you went through boot camp. And I got a chance to listen to part of your stories. And you're going to bless us with two stories today, actually.
Yes.
Both of them are very funny.
Well, you can't say it like that, Sean, because then people are going to be expecting it to be funny. It's not funny at all. It's a very real story, and you just might not laugh.
Oh, no, they're going to laugh. I heard it. They're going to laugh. You ain't on here if we ain't laughing. There's plenty of people wanting to be on this show that ain't funny, and they ain't going to be on here. I ain't saying no names. But you on here because your stories are funny, and you funny, and you're an excellent recanter. That's the other thing. I want people that can tell good stories because I ain't trying to be carrying the whole show.
Okay, too easy. Then
so
I'm on.
There you go. So hit us with what I like to call, the story I like to call myself, Private Bubbles.
Okay, Private Bubbles. So it was a nice warm day. We had just left a reception at Fort Benning. Can I say the school? I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm tripping. All right. So Fort Benning, Georgia. It was warm. You know, it was the middle of September, and we took this ride on the bus. Man, they make you go around the whole base pretty much, so you could know nothing and you could decide that you don't want to run because you don't know where to go to get off. So
that sounds like a lot of boot camps. Like in the Navy, they just put you. I don't know why they don't have like you just put you straight on a ship in the Navy.
Because that would be too much like right.
If they put you in a ship and put you right in the middle of the ocean, during boot camp, that's the only way you really learn.
Well, that's what they did the 7th Fleet, and that's why they keep running at each other.
Look, I'm sorry. Get back to your story.
7th Fleet.
Get back to your story.
All right, so the bus pulls up in front of the basic training, right? And everybody's got their heads down. We like laid on our bags, and Drill Sergeant Harstead just keeps telling everybody, hey, keep your head down till we get there, till you see the bus stop. When the bus stop, lift your head up and look toward me. So the bus comes to a complete stop. We look up at Drill Sergeant Harstead. He kindly puts his drill sergeant hat on, real smooth. He takes one last gander at the back of the bus. And he says, all right, gentlemen, it begins now.
He actually called you gentlemen.
Yeah, because we wasn't private yet.
You was just getting there.
We literally was on the bus.
So they were still nice to you, even though when they was still nice to you?
Because this was the reception part, right? We was going into the basic training part. Because you got to start at reception. Yeah, okay, so the Army is different than most branches.
Okay, yeah, because when I was talking to Dana last week, her story started with get the hell off my bus.
Yeah. So when you get to Army basic training, you go to reception first, and then you do reception for a couple of days. You in process, do your shots, get all your uniforms and whatnot, and then you go to basic training after that.
Okay. So you guys do the MEPS.
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
Reception is just to say, hey, man, thanks for coming to basic training. Your life is about to be in shambles for 9 weeks.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we get there. Now we down at the basic training. Drill Sergeant Harstead puts his hat on, and he like looks at everybody and says, okay, well, all right, gentlemen, it starts now. And then he says, get the hell off my goddamn bus. So everybody is kind of moving. I'm in the middle of the bus, right? So what I didn't do was tie my laundry bag tight enough to where the lock didn't flap around. But it was like flapping around. I almost hit a guy in the face. And then it hit the window. When it hit the window of the bus, Drill Sergeant Harstead ran up on me. He started, he in my face. He's like, God damn it, Johnson, you such a damn dummy. Are you trying to break my goddamn window? And I was
5 minutes into meeting you.
I don't even know this dude.
You a dummy.
But he said my last name like we went to high school together. And I kind of paused for a second like, okay, well, maybe I do know dude. But, He's screaming at me about this lock. I'm like, man, I really didn't. He said, put your hands down. Then all of the drill sergeants start coming out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, here they come.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dude next to me, and he just kind of looked confused. He just standing there looking at me like, I don't know what's happening.
This is Private Bubbles.
His Private Bubbles. He's right behind me on the bus. So I get off the bus. Drill Sergeant Harstead looks directly in his face and says, get your ass off of my bus now. So my man starts to run down this is a school bus, so it's like 2 extra stairs. He falls to the ground.
He fell off the bus.
Fell off the bus. Here's the deal. We wasn't supposed to have liquid soap at all. That's not a thing at basic training.
So, okay, go ahead.
You're supposed to have powdered soap. My man got liquid soap. He picks his bags up, and liquid soap is dripping down his legs, right?
So how did he get the liquid soap if you're not supposed to have it?
Because if you showed up to basic training then and you was in the National Guard or the Reserves, then you already had a permanent party ID card. So you was able to buy things at the PX that most people couldn't get.
Okay, gotcha.
So my man falls down. Boom! When he hits the ground, his bottle of liquid detergent opens up. Now all the drill sergeants is mad because they want to know how you got this liquid this liquid detergent. It is spilling down the front of his uniform. My man is getting really, really nervous, and I could see it in his face that he either want to give up on life or just die or something.
I bet the knife hands were serious that day.
The knife hands was all over the place. It was like a set of Ginsu.
Now, let me explain to the people what knife hands are. Knife hands are the ultimate form of discipline in any military branch.
100%.
This is where you know that your drill instructor or your supervisor is not playing with your ass anymore.
That's 100% facts. Your fingers are extended and joined, and your thumb is like pointing right down the middle of your fingers.
Yeah.
So,
I remember, real quick, I remember my grandmother's funeral a few years ago. Our brother Jackie wore his Navy uniform to our grandmother's funeral.
Did you knife hand him?
No. He got up and said a speech. And me and my sister Dana were sitting next to each other. And it's a very somber moment, but he's in uniform, so our military bearing kicked in.
Okay.
So in the Navy, you're not allowed to wear a hat inside. Your cover inside. He's talking to my grandmother in the casket over. Everybody's listening. Everybody's smiling. And Dana looks at me and she said, if this MFer salutes grandmother,
it's a problem.
I'm a knife hand the hell out of him.
This is going to be a problem right here. This is a problem.
And I said, you know what? I'm with you. So he goes, I salute you, grandmother. I was like, get ready. Because the minute he saluted my grandmother, we was going to be like, you don't belong in the military. You don't know nothing. We was going to knife hand the hell out of him, out of the sanctuary. We was going to knife hand him out of the sanctuary. So, I'm sorry, but go ahead. But he didn't do it. All he said was, I salute you, grandmother.
Okay.
I salute you.
I thought the way the story was going, I really did think he was finna hit it with the knife, with the salute. He's all,
no, don't you uncover salute. I'm sorry, but go ahead, bro. The knife hands was serious with Private Bubbles.
So the knife hands is all over the place. My man is sitting here. He got the detergent leaking down his pants, and then all of a sudden, this bubble start forming on his pants. And the drill sergeant is trying to figure out what's going on. My man is standing here legitimately peeing on himself. You a grown man, fam.
And the piss was making detergent bubbles?
I guess he must have been peeing real hard. So it's bubbles forming on his pants. Fam, I don't know how you can get to this point in your life. But at this point, you should quit basic training because everybody know you here. I'm looking at him trying to figure out why his life is like this. And then I hear from the back, dummy, get your ass over there in the company training area. I said, well, I'm concerned about. So I'm looking back at him.
You fresh off the bus, brand new.
I'm fresh off the bus. I can't even help this guy.
Right.
But it looked like I'm going to try to help him. Right. So he's looking at me with this look like there's nothing you can do. You need to go over there to formation. And what are you looking at? Because I'm peeing on myself.
Piss bubbles in the air.
Right? So I hit him with a cool line like, it's going to be all right, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like some words of encouragement.
When it wasn't.
We just got here. You need some words of encouragement. It's going to be all right, brother. So he looks at me with this scowl like, I'm going to pay you back for that. Right? Fast forward, man, like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm getting smoked in front of the whole company.
Explain what smoke means.
I'm being made to do exercises that I don't want to do in front of the entire company just because somebody else did something wrong. So I'm at the brink of like tears. I've got grown man tears though. So I'm like, I don't really want to cry, but my face is making that I just got a spanking by my mama face. So then here go Private Bubbles walk up behind you, boy. He gonna say, "It'll be all right, brother."
That was his chance to get you back.
He got me, cuz. He got me.
Oh man, Private Bubbles.
There it is, man. That's Private Bubbles' story right there. If you Private Bubbles, man, we know that you peed on yourself, but nobody else know but me, you, and the drill song.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
I promise.
And anybody that popped them bubbles thinking they was like having some fun that day.
That's nasty.
How far can Bubbles go? Like somebody got peed on.
I mean,
eventually, because Bubble popped and peed on somebody eventually.
It just was so bad because he was just peeing on himself. Fam, how did you get Bubbles to come out? That is insane. That's just the words right there.
And that is some stuff that totally happens in boot camp. That that people go through that stuff and they ultimately live it down. And for some reason that stuff is okay.
I'm pretty sure Private Bubbles is married, and his wife don't know that he peed on himself. He peed on himself base training. Mm-hmm. You don't even know.
Well, what it is he's probably telling the story, and you Private Bubbles.
I probably did pee on myself in his story, and he probably hit the lock with it.
All right, so that's story number 1. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right on back with KeSean Johnson for story number 2. And I promise you, that story is funnier than the one you just heard. Be right back. All right, welcome back to Boot Camp Stories. I'm your host, Sean Galloway. I got KeSean Johnson here standing by for story number 2.
One each.
Yep, one each. And I appreciate you coming out today and taking part in this. This is something that I want to carry on for as long as we can,
Well, in the words of Blackstreet, no diggity.
Yeah, no doubt. No diggity, no doubts. So
we in the DMV. I figured, I get my Teddy Riley on. We in the DMV. I'm trying to make him feel at home.
So story number 2 is also a story about when you were in boot camp. You had an amazing boot camp. I wish I had stories like this.
Well, the good part about Fort Benning, Georgia, is that it takes all of your emotion and makes you search for something good. Mm-hmm. And in these few moments that I get a chance to laugh, trust me, it's because I was sitting here thinking to myself, basic training was fun, but only for those couple of moments.
Right. I hear you. Like, I talk about boot camp like it was wonderful. Like it was some place that, I don't know, like Mary Poppins was there when I got there.
But that's only when you leave.
Yeah.
When you there, you like, this is the worst.
Yeah.
And these should all go see the Wizard of Oz.
Exactly. In actuality, her name was Sherry Bobbins, and she had knife hands.
Get over here. Everybody over here is Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, get over here. So you wanna keep going with story number 2?
All right, so story number 2. Here we go. Right, again, we are at the incomparable Fort Benning, Georgia, for basic training, right on Sand Hill. We walk in doing the road march. It's probably about a good 7-mile road march, something like that. Probably a little bit longer. They kept lying to us, so I don't know how far it was. Mm-hmm. Everybody's walking around with their weapons at the low ready. In case you don't know what the low ready is, it's when you take your weapon and you kind of have one hand low, one hand high, and you kind of keep it in your sternum almost.
Right.
Which is an extremely uncomfortable way to carry a weapon, especially while you're walking.
Very uncomfortable.
It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, it's military, so this is what we got to do.
The military finds the most uncomfortable way for you to make a living, and they make that your norm.
Of course, and then they tell you something smooth like, if it's not uncomfortable, you're not doing it right.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess I'm doing it right because this is completely uncomfortable. So, we are walking down the street in this for this road march, and it's pitch black. It's old dark 30 outside.
And how long was this march?
Roughly somewhere between 7 and 9 miles. I know we was walking far. And if you ever been on Fort Benning, when you hit the hills in the back, they got heart attack hills. It's mad high, so. We hitting these hills,
right?
And all of a sudden, from the front of the formation, you just see this. It's like a ginormous black spot just in the middle of just in the middle of everybody, and it just kind of passed through everybody like a weird dark cloud or something. But then you see this guy go flying, and you hear, "Oh, I want my mama." So we trying to figure out what's going on. Me and my man TJ is walking. We trying to get there. And we hear my man he's still going ham though. Oh, I want my mama.
Why his mama though?
Apparently his mother is really good at saving lives.
Wow.
So we trying to figure out what happened. Apparently us walking down the street has startled this buck that's hiding in the bushes. And he don't understand why he can hear these noises, but he can't see a whole bunch. He can't see anything. You know, we got camouflage on. Can't see camouflage because it's camouflage.
Right.
Duh. This buck runs directly through the formation, but we was walking he's running perpendicular to us. So he came straight and hit somebody, but the guy he hit, he knocked him into the bushes. My man calls his mama though. You a grown man? You a grown man at basic training. First of all, I'm pretty sure by the bus ride that we got to get to Sand Hill, your mama don't know where you at. She don't know. She can't know. If she knows, she got a better sense of direction than everybody in the military.
Right.
So you calling your mama, what is she really gonna do? Is she gonna beat the buck up?
Right.
Does your mother come every time you call her to beat bucks up?
So what was the damage? What was the damage done?
Well, the weird thing was that the only thing this man did was dropped his weapon, which he did get a counseling statement for.
Because he got hit by a deer?
He dropped the weapon. You're not going to drop your weapon. The enemy come and bump into you, you're going to drop your weapon. Oh, sorry, enemy. I didn't mean to drop my weapon right here. Let me pick that up so I can kill you. No. So.
He got rolled up.
This is the United States Army.
I want to see what that write-up said.
It probably said lack of motivation or something like that.
I gotta see that.
So
this buck was probably traveling. So the fastest human, what's his name? Bolt. Usain Bolt runs at like 32 miles an hour, 33, 34 max.
Usain would have got hit by this buck.
This buck was probably traveling at 42 on a good morning.
He might have been doing 50 because he was coming out the bush. This is how crazy it was. Everybody was walking past this dude, and we saw something in the bushes. I could see it, but then when it came through the formation, it just looked like a dark cloud moving through. I was like, "Ooh, boy, the clouds is low right now. This is crazy." But when I heard my man scream, it was like a blood curdling scream, like he was getting chased by Freddy Krueger. My man said, "Oh, I want my mama." Damn, listen. Here's the reality. First of all, you gotta learn how to get hurt, and when you get hurt, you can't call your mama all the time. That's not a thing.
100.
But it was comical because he dropped his weapon, he got a counseling state from it, and then when you saw him the next day, he just looked completely frightened. But I know that while we was out there, every time he saw a deer, that man would go hide somewhere. It's unbelievable.
Oh, I'd be terrified for life.
Yo,
I'd be terrified for the rest of my life.
It's just what it is. And I don't know why it got a chance to happen while I was at basic training. Probably because at that moment, God just knew I needed a laugh because I was losing it. So this laugh was my man's. I will never forget how it sounded when we was walking. Oh, I want my mama. I'm done.
I can't imagine what it sounded like when the buck collided with him.
It just was a loud boom. And we had the old Alice packs on too, right? So he had an old rucksack. That's the one with the metal frame. So when they hit the ground, it made the metal scraping against the ground sound like that little. Bro, you sound like a bad cement mixer getting dragged by a truck or something. This is terrible.
Oh my goodness, man, that is crazy. That is one good story right there. But yeah, man, again, I appreciate you coming on and sharing this with us.
No doubt. I greatly appreciate you inviting me.
Well, this ain't just my show. This is your show. This is This is a Vet Vision show project,
I'm with
Veteranpreneur Vision show.
I'm with it.
And it's one of many that we got coming up, you know.
Yes, indeed, man. Y'all just keep tuning in to the stuff that we bringing forth. Hopefully, y'all enjoy it. But it was really fun doing a boot camp story. I didn't know it was gonna be this fun.
Yeah.
I got a gang of stories though.
Oh yeah, you coming back. I only told one story. Admiral Assface was that's just one of my stories.
My man, Admiral Assface.
I got lots of stories. Like the guy with the dead eyes, like his eyes. The guy in my boot camp had dead eyes, and it was something so strange about it. His eyes just like like your eyes are so light you think people are dead.
Like a dead fish eye?
Yeah, like a dead fish eye. That's the color of his eyes.
I'm done.
Me and my homeboy, he's from DC. I'm gonna tell the whole story later, but I'm gonna just say anytime we got formation, we had to stand at attention, and you got to stare straight ahead, and you see the person right in front of you, like you look into his eyes, you just start laughing because they dead. You got caught in the dead lights, and we just start laughing.
I'm caught in the dead lights.
We start laughing. And we got in trouble every time. But I'm going to tell that story.
So he was a shorty plays dead light, green light.
I'm going to tell that story another time. Because it is hilarious. But yeah.
I'm with it, man. Well, thank you again. Thank y'all for listening. Shout out to Sean G. You feel me?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Sean Black, for coming on.
Oh, she's
like and subscribe. YouTube, Boot Camp Storytelling is the name of the page.
That's it.
If you have a boot camp story, you're a veteran, you want to reach out. Anybody but the Taliban. I don't want to hear none of their stories.
That means you, Al Qaeda.
Yeah. No Hezbollah. Like,
I'll put it like this: if the group that you belong to has more than one syllable, like Army, Navy, well, I guess Marines,
Coast Guard,
Coast.
Those guys are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just reach out to me at bootcampstorytelling@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can't get you on. I'm not outside of traveling to you. If you can't make it to me, I'll come to you. Our stuff is portable, so we can get on the road and hit the road.
That's
so
it.
That's what we all about, getting the veteran story out and having a fun time doing it. We hear so many sad stories with veterans, and it's important to me to tell the funny stories.
That's it. Now I got to drink some water because I'm parched.
Yeah, I'm sweating in here. We laugh too much.
I agree.
We laugh too much.
Wholeheartedly. Thank y'all, man.
All
Have
right.
a good day or something.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back next week with Zach Welch, and I will find Eric Mann. Bye.